This is Valley News Live at noon.
It's a wet mess in the region and the metro today. A downpour caused serious street flooding in Fargo and Moorhead. Several cars were stranded along 32nd Avenue South in Fargo. Some people even had water up to their knees as they tried to walk through it. The DOT also reported water over the interstate in Moorhead. The city of Fargo says some pumps are working as fast as they can for the streets to try and take care of that problem. But you see right here, water all the way up to the bottom of this car, even up to this truck, causing some of them to get stuck. And we now want to check in with Summer Schnellbach as she lets us know if more water is headed our way in an already saturated system. Good afternoon, Summer.
Yeah, good afternoon, Jordan, and thank you all for joining us. For this very reason, the heavy rain, the overland flooding, the flash flooding, we've got that first alert weather day in place. We still have some areas of heavy rain, some areas of thunderstorms, currently non-severe, but another chance of severe weather later this afternoon along with high winds. Here's a photo that was sent in from the Wahpeton area of some heavy rain causing flooding. You can see halfway up the truck tires there. Thank you to David Score for sending in that one. And not just the flooded roads, but large hail. Check out this. Fergus Falls, that is a Canadian loony, I believe it was, maybe a toonie. I honestly do not know the difference. Slightly larger than a quarter. Some very large hail. Thank you to Debbie Larson for sending that one in. Here's what it looks like right now on satellite and radar. We've still got some rumbles of thunder, some lightning through portions of northwestern Minnesota. Again, no severe thunderstorms at this time. These are just your garden variety thunderstorms. Packing a punch with a little bit of heavy rain, but you can see the areas in the yellows. That's where we're seeing the heaviest rain at this time. Here's a look at what radar is estimating over the last 24 hours. The areas in yellow and orange, that's where we're seeing the highest rainfall. But check out Devil's Lake Basin, a little bit of a bullseye there, and just a few rain reports. And we're seeing the overland flood warning still for the area in dark green. River flood warnings in the areas in green, those continue. Here's those rainfall reports. McHenry out towards the Devil's Lake area, 3.5 inches of rain just today. That's only what's fallen this morning. 1.5 inches, a little more in Wahpeton, just under 1.5 inches in Crary. NDSU at Fargo, 1.3 inches so far today. Grand Forks, less than an inch, 0.82 inches of rain. And that's causing some area river levels to rise. These are some areas in the Southern Valley. Northern Valley, not impacted yet, but we are expected see some rising river levels. You can check all of those out on our website, valleynewslive.com. And Jordan, more severe weather is on the way for this afternoon. I'll have the very latest here in just a few minutes.
A lot to keep our eyes on, Summer. Thank you. Governor Doug Burgum is in northern North Dakota right now to survey flood damage there. The governor will be in Grafton and Cavalier today. Last week, the National Guard was called in to help stabilize a failing dam. Hundreds of massive sandbags were flown in place to stop overflow. We have a crew in Cavalier today, and we'll bring you the latest on the governor's visit tonight on Valley News Live. New at noon, 2 people were hurt and 1 person sits in jail after a man crashed his car into the Lakes Inn Hotel in Detroit Lakes. Police were called on Saturday saying that people were seriously hurt and trapped in the debris. The crash also caused a significant natural gas leak. Police say 53-year-old Wade Olds of Detroit Lakes left the scene, but witnesses were able to provide a vehicle description and police eventually tracked him down. Olds was then arrested for criminal vehicular operation and driving under the influence. Frank and Jacqueline Benninger, both 77 years old from Detroit Lakes, were taken to a Fargo hospital. Police say it appears they were in bed when the vehicle slammed into their building. If you turn on your faucet today and your water looks a little rusty, don't be alarmed. The city of Fargo will start fire hydrant flushing today. That could change the color of your water. It's something they do once a year to maintain the hydrants and make sure they're working. During the process, it's not unusual for iron oxide to become dislodged, turning your water maybe a funky color. The process removes mineral and sediment buildup from the water mains. Let the water run for just a few minutes until it will run clear again. Look at a mess that people were dealing with on the interstate. This is what drivers were up against on I-29 near Thompson. It's a partial load of sugar beets that spilled over the northbound lanes of the highway. Traffic was backed up for more than half an hour as those beets were cleared away. The ND Highway Patrol says a beet truck blew a tire, ran off the road, and then went into the median. Volunteers from the Minnesota Dakotas region of the American Red Cross deployed over the weekend to help with wildfire relief efforts in New Mexico. The wildfires are now the largest in the U.S., and they show no signs of slowing down. More than 270 structures are destroyed, and more than 13,000 people are forced to evacuate. Despite flight crews dumping water on the burning fires near Las Vegas, extreme winds are expected to pick up this week, and they will likely cause the fire to grow. Structure protection crews are out assessing areas of concern and preparing them for the potential flames. In our consumer alert this afternoon, the nationwide baby formula shortage is getting worse. The out-of-stock rate is now at 31%. That's according to retail inventory experts. In North and South Dakota, Iowa, Missouri, Texas, and Tennessee, more than half of baby formula supplies were completely sold out last month. And now CVS is limiting customers to 3 toddler and infant formulas per transaction. Target says it has limited baby formula purchases to 4 units per customer for an online sale. North Dakota's own Chloe Fredericks is representing the state in the grand finale of NBC's American Song Contest. That's tonight. She's from the MHA Nation and says storytelling and culture has inspired her music. Fredericks is among 10 finalists who will put on one last performance to decide who has the best original song.
Now the fact that we're here in the top 10 is just, it doesn't feel real. It feels like a dream.
Now you can catch Fredericks tonight, 7 o'clock, KVLY Channel 11. Coming up here at noon, he was the oldest kid in the pediatric cancer hospital who says nurses helped save his life. Still ahead, the story of a young man who is now giving back by becoming a nurse himself. But next, summer's back in, hopefully. We're drying out. Fingers crossed. She'll let us know if more rain is on the way on this Monday afternoon.